have the flu, and I'm at my parents' house, and I'm on break from school for a week, and I have pink eye. So I thought, what better thing to do than to open up my drawers and go through my old middle school fan art sketchbooks, because obviously my body's not torturing me enough. I need to go outsource pain and suffering. This, my eye, my nose, no, not enough. I need mental torture as well. Middle school was full of pimples, deodorantless individuals, and letters being introduced in math for some reason. What the bleep are letters doing in math? I thought math was supposed to have numbers, but some genius one day was like, no, the infinite amount of numbers that we have that go up to infinity, which never end, they need 26 more characters just to perfect this subject. All these factors thrown into a bubbly, disgusting cauldron of hormones and puberty, and boom, you're 12 years old on the internet. Unrestricted access. And if there was restricted access, somehow you found some way around it. What's that? Tumblr sexy man Bill Cipher one slur ship edit? Yeah. Gerard Way X Mario. Yup. Sonic EXE, we were playing that, and horrendous Melanie Martinez fan art. No wonder society is as terrible as it is today. If you came home on the bus watching Phil Is Not on Fire 27, I hate to break it to you, but you're probably gonna be unemployed for a long time. The internet is full of creative inspiration for young people. Unfortunately, we need to stop inspiring young people. All middle schoolers do is play Poppy Playtime, draw Among Us fan art, and watch Markiplier. Who's gonna build the buildings? Who's gonna write the laws? Who's gonna pave the roads? If this madness continues, the only thing we'll have to live off of in 20 years is fires that we made from burned Halsey lyrics. We are the new America. And factories run by people that think Sans from Undertale is sexy. It may seem like I'm talking a lot of smack, because I am. But I, too, was a middle school freak with a way too big of an imagination. I played my own hand in horrible fan art and bad fan fiction. My fan art was so bad that recently, in the Lord's year 2024, I got a message from my friend asking me if this gorgeous photograph of the pop artist Lady Gaga he found was something of my creation. It was something that I made, and it wasn't the only one. This picture of Lady Gaga is something I like to call a part of the 3-part series Cursive Female Singing Mosaic of 2015. This wasn't the only one. There was a lot in this art collection. This series consists of this drawing of Lady Gaga, this beautiful illustration of Halsey, and this drawing of Melanie Martinez. Wait, why did I call it a drawing? Clearly, this is a multimedia pencil oil pastel masterpiece. You can see my beautiful use of oil pastels, which was clearly masterful of my time. And I have a theory. That every girl in her late teens or early 20s that is of alternative style has at least one horrible drawing or fan art of Melanie Martinez somewhere in their arsenal. I don't know what this girl did to be a muse for so many little girls, but God, I feel really bad. I also have evidence to prove this. Behold, another alternative girl from my school that I know in real life posted this beautiful graphite illustration of Melanie Martinez. Look at that piece of work. This drawing is apparently infamous at my school. It's truly a famous piece of work. It's a cultural piece, truly. I want to give you a moment to really take this in. The element of surprise that is caught in this picture. You can really feel it. And tell me why. Tell me why every single fan art of Melanie Martinez does her tooth gap so dirty. Look at that. Why did we do that? And it's not just this one. We did her tooth gap so atrociously. That's not what teeth look like. Her tooth gap isn't even that bad. We just exaggerated it. It's almost like we're making it a purposeful center of attention in our artwork. Oh my god, okay. I'm about to get to the tooth gap. I can't mess this up. I don't want to make it seem like tooth gaps are a bad feature for women to have. I really want to highlight the tooth gap and make it seem like the beautiful thing that it is. Boom. We make it the craziest, most apparent apparent centerpiece of the drawing. Also, I truly admire how every middle school artist like signs their art in the corner. I was like a huge culprit of this too. I was like, no one is gonna steal this amazing piece of artistry on my watch. I feel like in my head, like if I didn't sign off on my artwork, I was gonna be like driving down the road on the highway with my dad, and then suddenly I look to my right and boom, my portrait of Jacksepticeye is like plastered on some billboard on the highway. Now the Halsey installment of this series is crazy. I used to think that Halsey was like this pinnacle of female rebellion and feminism back when I was like 12. Like, wow, her hair is blue and yellow. Why did I give her such a big face? Such a humongous noggin. Nobody's head is that big. I know you're probably thinking, Tala, you were young and you probably didn't understand anatomical proportions. No. This big head feels intentional. It feels like my 12-year-old self was like, Halsey's got a big head, so I really gotta show that in my artwork. I also really thought I ate by putting like handwritten lyrics in the background, but like my handwriting was so goofy that it just looks like a Pottery Barn sign. Also, if we use our x-ray vision and look at the sketch, look at how meticulous those freckles are. I was not messing around with these freckles. My portrait of Lady Gaga is serving lips, eyes, and also rosacea. I'm glad I was being inclusive of all skin conditions there. If we go back in time, you'll be able to see this beautiful pencil drawing of Dan Howell, aka Dan is not on fire. I know some of you watching also have middle school drawings of this man. And don't lie and say that you don't. I wrote the words leader right here, which could also be interpreted as leader. I guess the assignment was to like draw a leader. And I was like, an excuse to draw a gay British twink. Sign me up. On the subject of twinks, this is my unfinished 21 Pilots OC. I didn't know you could just headcanon a third member of a very real band, but that's just to show you how vast and wide my imagination was back in the day. In middle school, I have 2 pieces of art inspired by my 8th grade crush that I was obsessed with for God knows what reason. And I feel like in middle school, it's a lot more shameful to have a crush. Like as an adult, you see someone you like and you're like, you, me, now. But in middle school, it felt like if you like someone and then somehow they found out, like the whole world was gonna like explode and die. Anyways, here's an alcohol marker illustration of this boy's baby blue Under Armour backpack. And then here's a portrait of him, which I know is insane, but I was also 12. And at this point, I didn't really know how to draw eyes that looked the same, so I would just replace them with something else. Like in this case, I replaced his eyes with a big smudging of pee. Also, I like how in this one the signature is almost bigger than the drawing. Like that goes to show how awesome I thought my signature was in middle school. Also, I'm pretty sure this guy's in jail now, so that's cool. In 7th grade, I had this like crazy story in my head about this emo ballerina super ninja that I would think about all the time. I remember wanting her to have this like cool deck of cards theme, and she was like a cool superhero. And I would literally pace around my room in the middle of the night, just back and forth thinking about like how the movie trailer would look and what actors I would cast as what characters. Yeah, so I was super normal as a kid. I'm surprised this is one of the only things I actually brought to paper from it, because I literally headcanoned it in my head for like a year. But yeah, I would just think about something that I wanted to do really bad, and I would just think about it like obsessively, and then I would just never do it, which is a trait I'm really glad I didn't carry into my adulthood. This one's a true gem. This is my 7th grade about the artist. The fact that I'm still the same height that I was in 7th grade is really making me depressed right now. You come to realize that most of the artwork I'm showing you from middle school is like unfinished and kind of lazy, and I'm also really glad that that trait wasn't carried on into my adulthood as well. I was a La La Land enthusiast. I liked the 1975. Whoa, spicy, whatever that means, and Fruit, which was a Marina album that I was probably way too young to listen to. Oh my god, stop. And my username, stop it. My username was Painted Howl. I'll just die right now. Oh my god, my dog fell off. Also, I like this Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared guy in the corner. Truly a timepiece. The portrait itself really does look like me, if you squint, like really hard. Will watched Sesame Street if playing on TV, and I still do. Oscar the Grouch till I die. Let's go! This is a gem. Cried when Tony got shot in Iron Man 3. I didn't know I was on a first name basis with a fictional multi-billionaire, but here we are. I like the confidence, I really do. And the best part of this drawing, boom, the acronyms. Comment down below what every single one of these acronyms are, and I'll personally hand deliver you a dog. If you're part of the 2010s like fandom universe, you will recognize every single one of these acronyms. Marina and the Diamonds, Lana Del Rey, T.O.P. with the slash through the O, let's go. I did not play around. Panicked, exclamation point, at the disco, which that one didn't really age well, unfortunately. In a similar art style, we have this Halsey fan art. I'm not sure who this is, but I guess she was my Halsey OC. I was as pure as a river. And now I think I'm desire. I really appreciate the color palette on the side right here. Like, we couldn't see it in the drawing itself. Back to the I can't draw two eyes trend. Here's some 21 Pilots fan art with what appears to be the same girl. She really got around for a OC. She was in every band. Drop your theories and headcanons about her in the comments. Silence in the tray. I'm not sure what's going on with this crazy background. I think I color swatched a bunch of like Amazon watercolors and then drew over it. This one has a hashtag as an eye, which is pretty cool. It'll really come in handy when she gets her first job as a social media intern. And then this one's just another example of the I can draw two eyes that look the same, but this one's pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie. This is a cute one. I used an apple as her eye because drawing an apple is less difficult than drawing an eye. Get it? She's the apple of my eye. Every middle school girl, boy, or non-binary had at least one Harry Potter fan art. Doesn't matter what it was, doesn't matter how bad it was, it just had to be in their sketchbook at least one page, or else the whole thing would probably like explode or something. Again, with the Melanie Martinez thing, it was like some rule that everyone subconsciously followed. This is earlier, this is more Dan Howell fan art, guys. We have to stop. This has to be bad for him in some way. This man has to be like collecting bad energy from all of these fan arts somehow. The drawings are probably gonna like manifest one day and he's gonna wake up with a sausage for a nose and Saturn hurtling towards him. This one from 8th grade is kind of way better, so I will give myself that. Here's another girl with the color palette on the side. I'm really starting to think that this is the same exact girl. Maybe there's like a storyline I'm forgetting or something. I really utilized negative space really well here. In 6th grade, I had this strange obsession with Deadpool x Spider-Man. It was called hashtag Spideypool, which I put for you right here, or Dead Spidey, or Spidey Poop. It was a really quick phase that I went through, but I thought it was worth mentioning nonetheless. Here's a really beautiful black and white rendition of Deadpool. I wasn't allowed to watch the movie. I had never watched the movie, and I still haven't watched the movie. I was just obsessed with him for some reason. I used to watch the trailers and be like, yeah, this is my favorite superhero. I don't even know what the plot is. Here's a braid practice that definitely looks like something else. And this is beautiful. This is a practice of anime expressions. We have confident, we have angry, and we have delighted. So it's really, I really knew how to draw a wide range of emotion. It took me 2 days to figure out what I was referencing in this. You take Wednesday, Thursday, then just send him cactus my way, which is this is a song, which I didn't even know I knew in middle school. And this is a Ferris wheel for some reason. I'm not sure how it correlates, but clearly I was heartbroken about something. Terrifying sketch of eye drops. Okay, moving on. Weird random drawing of Joey from Friends. It doesn't even look like him. It just looks like a guy. I've never been like a gatekeepy person, but when I watched Friends for the first time in 7th grade, I watched all of the seasons in 1 week, and I was hell-bent on keeping it to myself. Like, if anyone dared mention Friends to me, I would get sick to my stomach and like cut them out of my life. It was really weird. I still remember the emotion and like being really angry when somebody else mentioned that they liked Friends. I've never experienced anything like that since, and I also never watched the show again after that. Here's another one of Joey from Friends. If we blast through high school really quick, I had this really strange phase where I would draw like really chiseled jaw lines and like doodle defined faces. I don't know, I just thought it was fun. I really liked it. Here's another one from that. Looking back, it was pretty cool, especially the colors that I started to use. You can really tell when there wasn't as much happiness in my life because my drawing started to delve into insanity. I also stopped worrying about like super expensive art supplies and just used cheap pencils and pens that I had in my bag. There's definitely some improvement. I kind of stopped just copying other people and just putting pen to paper and drawing how I felt, which was pretty cool. This was my drawing of Joe Biden during the election because I would stay up really late watching it with my dad and I was kind of losing my mind. But yeah, I kind of stopped drawing around the 11th grade mark. I kind of lost all inspiration for it somehow. It's just so much easier to scroll on your phone for 12 hours than to actually put work into something creative. I do really miss drawing. I am trying to start doodling again, but it's nothing serious, just like small starts. Just something to get the urge out and to not scroll on my phone all the time because I feel like that is something that's taking a lot of my time and also ruining my life. And probably a lot of other people too. I'm just gonna close it out with this cursed whiteboard drawing of Club Penguin son! If I had to make this, you had to see it. If you have any similar middle school art, like the terrible Dan Howell or the infamous Melanie Martinez drawing, please send them my way. Hopefully you've progressed in your artistic journey longer than I have, at least. If you ever want to start drawing, just go for it. Don't be discouraged, because you'll always get better, even if you're where I started. If you want to keep up with my content or any art journey that I might start very soon, maybe on stream, you should comment! You should like! You should subscribe, because I make videos, and the more my videos do well, the more I'll make them. Thank you for 20K. It really makes me very happy. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.